with targeted individuals and find out if your targeting has increased or if it's decreased. First, I want to let you guys see this little picture right here. I had to get it. My lion. That's who we are. That's who we are. That's what I belong to. The lion of the tribe of Judah. So I had to represent that. But anyways, oh, and my glasses are on. I don't do anything. I just like to have my glasses on. It makes it look a little bit better to me. Anyways, shalom. Uh, those that are entering the chat, I like to make sure that everybody understands how you doing, Lauren. That we have certain decor. There's a certain way in which we are to handle ourselves inside of this live stream. No dirty language, offensive language. Speak your mind. Everybody let people talk. I mean, let people share in the chat. Keep that righteous, and let's just share our experiences as being targeted individuals. Okay. So I wanted to find out how your targeting has changed. My targeting has sort of increased in a way, but it's increased in a way in which is not so overt. It's not so it's not so much. Hey, what's up, A6? Okay, how you doing? How you doing, bro? I ain't heard. I ain't talked to my bro in a while or got in contact. We on off top. We do a little hip hop or whatever. And yeah, it's good to see you. It's good to hear from you. So basically, my targeting has increased, but it's increased in a way which is sort of not overt. It's not something that you can that it's not the way it used to be. Now, in the past, it used to be where I would see people with a whole bunch of different colors around me. People would all wear the same colors. People would be driving in cars, and they would be the same colored cars all around me. So if I'm driving down the street, I'd see nothing but red cars or yellow cars. And each one of these colors represent a symbol. It represents a message. Now I know that yellow represents hive, beehive. So that means that I am being followed by a hive or a large group of people, right? Of course, you'd see the color red when you're driving down the street all around you. Everywhere you turn, you see a red car. You see people wearing red shirts or wearing red pants. That would mean something like a danger's ahead. Now, they know as targeted individuals that we are hip to their symbols and their signs. So this is sort of like a private hell they try to put you through because they know that people on the outside of this experience do not understand these codes, right? Codes for actions that they try to through witchcraft try to get us to fall in line with or to believe in. So when we see these different colors, we know what time it is, and they know we know. So then that way, if we tell someone, they can't identify with it. So we're basically in our own private hell, just screaming to the wall because no one can understand it. Anyways, of course, then you have the color white, right? That means somebody that is trying to that they're trying to manipulate in a certain way, sort of make it seem like everything is okay. White is a symbolism of purity. White's a symbolism of as far as in our targeted individual experience, that symbolizes that you are okay, that you can go on about. There's no one following you. There's no one paying attention to you. Now you can go on about your way. They put a whole bunch of different white cars. They used to do this to me, put a whole bunch of different white cars around me. And that would kind of what they feel like subconsciously calm me down so that I would lower my guards. Now, of course, when they put black around you in succession to white, that's duality. So that means that basically they are as good and evil. They're operating at good and evil. So anything you might have a situation where good things will happen to you, and all of a sudden out of nowhere bad things will happen to you. Now, what I mean by this in our minds, target individuals' minds, we'll take this and subconsciously, if we're not paying attention to it, we'll start to believe, have this false sense of security because and based off of the colors, not based off of your faith in God, not based off of what kind of day you've had or if you've had success or if you've had a good day. You feel good about your day, you feel good about yourself. You will have they're trying to give you a false sense of security by showing you these black and white colors because that's duality. Now, once again, getting off of the colors, that's what used to always happen to me. And now what he used to do to me inside of my emotional state is I noticed these things, and I at first I didn't understand what it meant, but when I found out, I pay attention more. So the key word here is you'll pay attention to the lying wonders, to the signs that these perps and these gang stalkers are trying to present to you in your reality, and then it will start to scare you. Where you'll start to pay, you'll be like, oh, well, I'm seeing all this stuff, which means that someone is paying attention to me. Someone is looking at me, and I have to be more aware and I have to be on the offense. So, what it does is it keeps you in a state of fight or flight. Say flight, it's fight or flight, where you can't be still, you can't be settled, because all of these different signals and all of these different stimuluses are being presented all around you all the time, and only you know. So that was my overt encounters in the past with targeting. Of course, I would have people honking at me wherever I would go. I'd have people get on their phones right when they saw me, right when they would see me come through. They get on their phone immediately. Here's a little thing though, Judah J got to tell all the people. And I said this before in one of my past videos. One day, I was able to somehow look around. This guy wasn't paying it. I don't know what his deal was. He was a perp. He wasn't paying attention to me. I looked on his phone. I saw his phone. You know what was on his phone? If you want to know what I saw on his phone, put a one up in the chat. If you want to know what I saw on the dude's phone, it's changed my whole understanding of technology, a certain technology, how they use it against us, what technology they're privy to have. If you want to know you know what, forget the ones. I went around and seen him looking on a map. It was like a map on his phone with a dot that was moving, right? Now, mind you, you only see those types of things when you're driving your car going to a location. I saw this guy looked over. He didn't know I looked. It was like he was walking, and of course, I'm the perp, and I'm sure there's more. And I'm not the perp. My fault. I'm the targeted individual, and I'm sure there's other people that they're targeting all around me too. So when I saw his phone and I saw the dot on his phone going up, moving, I'm like, why is this guy gonna be on that screen when he's just walking down the street? He's not in a car. Why does he? They have technology and apps that they use on their phones. That's why now I know. This was years ago. Now I know they take their phones out when a targeted individual comes by because they are following and tracking us. And they have apps that they have been given by some up top organizations, whatever, that's in charge of this thing, to follow us, so that we are always being watched, but not just by the eyesight, by their technology. So they have apps. And now here's the other thing. Here's the other thing. These apps that they have are very, 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 very sophisticated. Now, as you know, they came out with these watches, the Apple watches, and the Apple watches could monitor your heart rate. They can monitor your weight, your weight, and all other type of motions that you have. Right? They monitor your numbers on the watch. They monitor your temperature on the watch. Now, this thing came out years ago, but what they're doing is, now I'll tie this into the spiritual phenomenon as well, because trust me, guys, I've been through it. I know it's both physical and it's spiritual, but more spiritual than anything else. So these watches, I mean these apps and these phones that they're using, they actually can track you, but they can monitor what's going on with your blood pressure. They can monitor if they can monitor your pulse rate, your pulse. They can monitor your temperature. They can monitor how you are responding to the stimuluses that they are putting before you, that they are showering you with. So if you are getting afraid of what's going on, or if you're afraid at all, right? They have apps that will detect how much your heart is rate, how much your heart rate is going up, if your blood pressure is going up or down or whatever it is. So then, based off of the numbers they receive, they can either heighten their targeting or their tactics, or they can lower their tactics. Now, here's the spiritual side of it all. They operate, these perps have demonic spirits. They have familiar spirits. Familiar spirits are discussed in the Bible. The first mention of familiar spirits was when King Saul went to a witch, to find out if Israel would win the battle or if they would perish, right? Now, God, of course, told King Saul not to have any dealings with any witches or warlocks and to get in and to have them speak any sort of prophecies, which are fake prophecies, into his life, right? God told him that he was not supposed to ever go to any soothsayers or any witches or warlocks or any of that, but he went anyway. Now, this witch, she had a familiar spirit. These familiar spirits come from Satan's kingdom, right? These familiar spirits are in people's that they know things about people from generation to generations, right? So if there was somebody in your life that had struggles with addiction, or they had struggles with they maybe they committed suicide, or they did something in their life that was so it became a pattern where it maybe took them out, or it was something that they just did not deal with, they didn't overcome it. Now when that person leaves this earth, it gets sent down to the next generations and until it's dealt with. So until the people that have these addictions and all of these other problems, until they deal with that and give that to the Lord and surrender those things and ask for forgiveness and get rid of those demonic spirits, that stuff will travel down into your line. Now what happens is these familiar spirits know these things. So what they do is people that delve into the new age and they delve into worshiping Satan and seeking his lying wonder powers by sacrificing and doing tarot cards and doing all these other kundalinis and all of this astral projection, all this new age stuff. What happens is these people get these familiar spirits because they seek the knowledge that like the knowledge that comes from the tree of evil, good and evil. The knowledge of the tree of evil was they had the knowledge, right? They had knowledge, good and evil. God told Adam not to eat of that tree because his eyes would be open. These people want their eyes open. So anyways, these people have these familiar spirits and they tell them things about us. They tell them things about us in a way in which will give them an advantage over us. So if we have a problem in a certain area, they know. So then they can send their agents, the handlers can send their aid. Now the handlers, they're serving Satan full fledged. A lot of them might even be fallen angels. A lot of them are just super possessed. They have demons in them. They are guided by Satan completely. The handlers, the ones that are above these perps that we see on the street, that are just possibly doing this to get a gift card, to get some money, or get some sort, just change their situation in life. Maybe they don't have much. Maybe they want to, whatever it is messed up. But these people above them are sending these people out because they're in desperation. So these people go and now they target us, but then the handlers have this extra information about us that they pass down to the perp. Now the perp is able to know when to say a certain thing about us. You always hear them, you always see them on their phone, or they're stuck like they kind of like look they're like looking in the sky, or they're like they're confused or dazed or something. What that is these perps also have these spirits. So not all the perps have the spirits. Not all the perps have the familiar spirits that you see that are following you and on the phone and coughing all the time. And we'll talk about what that stuff means anyway a little bit later. But not all of them have these familiar spirits, but a lot of them have them. So when that familiar spirit speaks to them, either through their handler or in their ear, it's a spirit. We are spiritual beings living in this physical body. So what you don't see is what's most realer than anything in the world. They're hearing the spirit in their ear, like you're hearing me telling them to do things. It's like someone you cannot see is actually speaking to them and telling them these things. One day I'll tell you how I really know that. Okay? It's in their ear. They hear it like you're hearing me. Even without a technological type of device in their ear, they can hear the spirit. Okay? And awaken to the eternal.com, the spirit that talks under their breath. These are the demonic spirits that come from Satan's kingdom that's guiding this whole program, right? So they know things about you, so that's why they know wherever you're at. It's not just they have cameras somewhere or there's some satellite that's above you that you can't see, which I don't believe in satellites anyway. I think it's all on the earth. And it's just like, the frequencies with their whole, it's like Tesla tech. So everything has a grid, and this whole world is under a grid, and this electric grid, and they can use all their devices and connect it to this grid, like the 5G, and it connects all the GPS and all. But that's a different story. But what I'm telling you is they know where you're at all times because yes, they have phones. They can hear the spirit in their ear saying, "Oh, this person struggles with this. Say this at this time. I want you to kneel down at this time. I want you. Hey, blessings to you. Awaken to the eternal.com. Blessings to you, Jacob Lopez. Of course, blessings to you, A6. Blessings to everyone in this chat right now. And I'm gonna let you guys ask any question you want in just one moment. Uh, they can hear these things in their ears through familiar spirits. A lot of these people are homeless. A lot of these people are on the street and have had hard, super hard times in life. And they have been beguiled and tricked by these demonic spirits. A lot of these different organizations that are out there amongst the homeless, they sit sometimes you know see certain homeless people on the street. You're like, where'd they go? Because now these people that are in this whole satanic network that run a lot of these homeless shelters and all of these quote unquote places to help people are actually doing mind control on these people that are homeless. So then they get these spirits in them, and a lot of them are on substances. And when you put substances in your body, you become a portal, and that portal will allow demonic spirits to operate more freely in you. You become a person that can be more possessed by these demonic spirits when you are using your temple to, and when you're putting drugs and all sorts of other substances into your temple, because this is the temple of the Holy Spirit. And when you pollute it, you are allowing forces that are not of God into you. So now you have these people that are hearing these messages through their ear. They know where you're going because they're hearing these messages. Also, they have the technology. So don't think that it's so crazy and weird that they know what you're doing, because these are the last days of time. And this whole acknowledgement of being a target individual, this stuff was just made known to me. I mean, probably in 2015. But now that I look back at my life, I remember this starting in 2003. Now that I can look back and see all, kind of think about certain things that happened in my life and people that did certain things, and now I'm, oh yeah, that happened a long time ago, a long time ago. So don't just think it's technology. Now, here's the thing. I want the person that just wrote that said that, because when I look at the messages, I have my screen turned like this, horizontal. So I'm not seeing your messages right now. I'm about to turn it the other way so I can. But right after this, on the last point, you have to understand your targeting increases when you sin. When you sin, you are now saying to God that you want the things of this world, which are of Satan. You want those things more than you want him. Your protection now gets taken off. When you live in opposition to God, especially in these last days, where every one of you in this chat knows that this world is more corrupt and different, and feels more just different and evil, darkness. It feels different than it even did 5 years ago. Ever since that thing that they tried to make people take, that people are still taking now, it seems like that thing. If you guys can watch my last video, the last video, I want you guys all to go and watch. If anybody, it's called it's called Hydra's 5G graphene. That video. Go on my videos, look at that video. Please watch the whole video. I want all of my subscribers from now on to watch the whole videos that I put up. This is not for any purpose to get money. It's not because this stuff don't pay me nothing. Honestly, nothing. My channel's been off for over a year and a half because they said that I was putting misinformation, medical information, because I was trying to warn people about that thing. I have a job, and this is not paying my bills. So, but I want you to watch my videos all the way to the end, because the Most High will a lot of the time use a person, maybe in the middle of a video, to reach you. Maybe in the beginning, yeah, but maybe at the end, person might say something that will change your life. They didn't change your life, but the Most High Yah had a message for you. Our Christ had a message for you that would change your life, but you decide to turn off the video right when the video started. You're just like, oh, watch these videos. If you are on my channel and you sub to my channel, watch the videos to the end, because you'll get something from that, right? Now, your sin is what causes you, and I'm about to open it up right now, and you can ask me any question you want. I saw that thing about the Corona video that I made, the track that I made. Yeah, it's long. Yeah, that track was relevant. Track was relevant. They opened it up to everybody to take that thing, and now all of the different actors are trying to get you to take it. You're a bad person if you don't take it now, right? I ain't taking it, right? I never took nothing, nothing. I have a medical religious exemption. The Most High blessed me and my family with that. But anyways, when you sin, you are going to allow your targeting to increase. When you smoke marijuana, you are going to now. Hey, don't destroy the messenger. I used to smoke marijuana and do all kind of stuff. I'm not judging anybody, and I think you guys kind of understand just by knowing me. That's not what I do. I don't do that because my father will judge me, and I'm not trying to make him upset, trying to make it seem like big me, little you. I don't do that. I've gone through hell and back. And the Most High, the only reason why I'm here because the Most High Yah sent his son Yahushua Mashiach and he shed his blood on me. And now I have mercy through him and I trust in him and I call out to him and I pray to him all the time for not just for myself, but for other people. That's what I do. But listen, when you sin, your targeting is going to increase. So don't get mad at me when I say this. When you smoke weed, marijuana, blowing gas, doing all that, you are opening yourself up to be a portal. It may make you feel better. You may try to say that weed is from the earth. There's a scripture in the Bible that says, yeah, the weed is weed that people are using. I got to find it. I'm going to find that scripture. People are using these plants to alter their mind state, their mental state, right? Because what happens when you do smoke the marijuana? You are altering your mental state. Now, you might feel more relaxed, but what you are doing is you are lessening the faculties, the mental reasoning faculties that the Most High has placed it, has created you with. You're lessening them. And what happens then is you are opening up a part of yourself, a part of your soul that you don't see, that you don't know, to have demonic forces enter into your body. And then your excuse is, not you, I'm not just talking about people that use it still. Your excuse is it's from the earth and I'll just keep using it. God made you are a lie. And if you keep doing it, you're gonna perish. If you keep doing that stuff, the Most High. Now I'm not gonna say you're gonna. I take that back. I'm not gonna say none of that. You keep doing that and keep fooling yourself and keep having one foot in the world and one foot out. The Most High Yah is gonna take away your candlestick because this life is hard. And yes, we do want to make our lives easier by doing things like that, by maybe doing just doing things that give us that sense of release and to make us more relaxed because you're going through gang targeting all the time. That people are against you, it seemed like, and they are, not all of them. But people are trying to find ways to stop you from having success, trying to sabotage you. Everything you do on your work, at your job, they try to sabotage possible relationships you can have. They try to go and tell people things about you that ain't true, or make or heighten or embellish things, make things worse than what they are to people that you don't even know. You're at your house, your apartment, and people all around you have heard something about you. You probably just met them. They've heard something about you that ain't true whatsoever. But somebody went and told them some stuff because they're one of those perps. But then what you do is you try to relax. You say, I don't want to, I don't want to deal with this. I want to, I can, if I do this, then I'll be okay. Smoke the weed or whatever. You smoke that weed, you get lit, you smoke that gas. You are disobeying the Most High, putting something in your body that is not supposed to be in your temple. And I don't care what you say, because it deep down, if you are doing it, you know what you are doing. So stop playing in the last days because the Most High is taking people out of here. He is allowing people now. He said Israel shall be judged first. He is allowing people now to perish. People do not have 20, 30 years like they used to living in sin, to keep living in sin and then thinking, oh, I'll just do it later. I'll just stop later. No, now is the time where the Most High is taking cats out. And then it's like, where'd he go? Where'd she go? She's gone. And you're like, why? And you got a million and one excuses to why you think that person left this earth. And it's because they were not in union with the Most High. They were doing things to themselves or to other people that the Most High was trying to tell them their whole lives not to do anymore. You're saying certain things to cause people to go astray. You're telling people by your words and by your actions that it's okay to break the laws and statutes and commandments of the Most High. Go out there and live promiscuous, have relationships without being married with a woman, or with a man, having sex with them without being married. Going out there acting like you're some saved person, you seek God and you love God, but you're living that way. You're not fooling anyone. He says, don't be fooled. He said, don't be fooled. He says, you can't serve two masters. If you serve Satan, serve him. Go ahead and serve him. And what that means is you can live that duality life. And when I tell you this, when I tell people this, I think about these things myself and I judge myself by these things. I'm not just telling you like I'm on some sort of mountain and I'm speaking down to y'all. You have to understand that most people that are content creators on here that are saying they speak the truth, I'm talking about myself really, but there's some other ones. We speak to you about that. We get the inspiration from our power, which is my power is God, the Most High Yah. But then a lot of this stuff is about us looking at our own lives and saying, you know what, this is what I know that I'm being convicted of. So then I have to tell the people because I have an experience with this message in a personal way. So now if God has now led me to speak to you, I'm going to tell you the things that I think about in my life. When I think about my life is I cannot walk two roads. I can't serve two masters. I can't, even though I'm a targeted individual, I can't say woe is me and start smoking weed or becoming a drunk or start doing these things to alleviate the stress and the pain that I'm dealing with because I want to alleviate myself from the pressure. No, the Most High Yah says, he says, if he greater is he who's in me than he who is in the world. He says, I shall preserve you from all evil forevermore, bring you into my heavenly kingdom. What that means is he also said, I shall deliver you from every evil way. So that means I shall deliver you from every evil way. So the evil ways that are in your heart that you have a problem, you have a problem with. You're like, oh, you're like inside, you're like, yeah, I'm using this whole marijuana thing and this excuse because I just, I want to do it and it makes me relax, but I know it's wrong, but I still can't give it up because I don't know what I would do without it because it's like I look forward to doing it. It's like if I've had a bad day, it actually is fun for me to think about that I'm going to be able to go and smoke and blow some gas and feel that feeling of euphoria and just inebriation. Trust me, I know. Having that excitement. That's when you know you messed up. You're excited to go smoke because you've had a hard day and you're like, oh, I can look forward to having that blunt that's already rolled up. It's gas and I'm gonna smoke that stuff and it's gonna make me feel good. And I can just I know I'm gonna be able to relax and just chill out after work, regardless of how bad work was, how much that woman or that man just said some things to tick me off. No matter how much of this targeting is going on, where everywhere I go, people are honking and looking at me. They're looking at you more because you are actually tainting your vessel. Your vessel is now becoming impure when you're putting that stuff in your body. And you give power to those spirits that know what you've done. Listen, if you are a true target individual, I'll say this and I'm gonna open it up. And this is the realest thing I can say. If you are a real target individual, you know the power of your enemy in the spiritual realm. If they can see it, if they can hear, say things about your life that you are thinking in your mind, if they know everywhere you're going, you go, it doesn't matter if you go to another city or another state and you still got people looking at you weird and doing this stuff and coughing, which is nothing but sending out demonic spirits whenever you hear that. If you didn't know, I just told you, whenever you do, you hear that? The demonic spirits are now becoming like heightening them in the perps. And they're trying to send out demonic spirits to you. It's another form of witchcraft. Ever heard seen those people they throw up when they have the spirit come out of them? When they throw it, the people are thrown. You've seen it before, where the people are possessed by demons, and then when you have somebody do some sort of exorcism, which is nothing but evil anyway. The exorcisms from these Roman Catholic priests, that's evil anyway. They're dealing with Satan's kingdom as well. But anyways, you see them cough up and they like vomit up spirit, right? That is the same thing that these people are trying to emulate by coughing whenever you come by, coughing or spitting whenever you come by. That's the spirit they're trying to send to you. That's why you bind demonic spirits all the time. Whenever somebody coughs around me, you don't have to say it out loud. Because if somebody saw you saying something, talking to yourself out loud, they'd be like, this dude is crazy, which gives the perps the opportunity to try to tell people, look at him, he's talking to himself. See, we told you he was crazy. We told you she was crazy. That's why you speak in your mind. The Most High Yah, he says, be still and know I'm God. So when you speak in your mind, the Most High can hear you. When you speak in your mind to him, he hears you. You don't have to be like, God, I'm going through this hard time with these perps and I pray for the strength. And you're saying this out in front of people without no phone up to your ear, without no headphone in your ear, and you're just speaking. No, you can do like this. Now, did you hear me say anything? But I said a whole lot. I said, Lord Father, in Yahushua Mashiach's name, please give me the strength to handle this trial that I'm going through. Please give me the strength. Please walk and guide me in Yahushua Mashiach's name. Amen. I said all that without even you hearing anything. There's a way that a target individual or someone that believes in Christ needs to handle themselves and carry themselves. We need to be as harmless as a dove, as wise as a serpent. Harmless as a dove, as wise as a serpent. So you can't just be like, yeah, Lord, please, you can do that. Now, I'm not saying this. I'm not, you understand what I'm saying. Yes. Lord, yeah, A6. All right, this is the closet prayer. Our Father hears us in secret. We are covered under the wings of the shadow of the Almighty when we go into our secret place. But your secret place can be in front of people. I'm saying that again. Your secret place with the Most High can be in front of people. You don't have to speak all out loud, but when you're sitting there, you can be like this. And you know what I just did? Like, and I'm saying so much without you knowing anything. The Most High hears everything. So this is what I was going to tell you. Once again, you're sinning. Stop the weed. Stop the drugs. Stop the desire to be inebriated, to be out of your mind, thinking that you have a right to do it and the Most High understands. That is the lukewarm server. Let me say that again. That is the lukewarm servant that the Lord will spew out of his mouth when he judges us, that is still using drugs, that's still seeking to be inebriated, that is still sleeping with people without being married, that is still trying to put curses on people because they rubbed you wrong, so they did something to you, so why don't I just get back at them? The Most High understand. No, he don't. He sees your heart. He's saying, I'm with you. Fear not, for I am with you. He didn't say, fear not. Okay, now go ahead and put a curse on somebody. Fear not, then now go ahead and get revenge on somebody. Fear not, go ahead now, okay, because, fear not, I'm with you, but go ahead and go smoke this blunt. Go ahead and get drunk and go to the club because you've done a good job this week. You've done a real good job this week, buddy. You've served me very well. You didn't let the gang stalkers just cause you to fight them. So go ahead and go smoke this smoke this blunt. Go get high. No, that's not true. That's what we are saying when we try to make excuses for ourselves because our targeting is hard. Yeah. Why do you think we're targeting individuals? Why do you think he chose us to be targeting individuals? We are some of the strongest people that have ever been created. Because no one in their right mind could go through something like things like this over and over and over again, year after year, and still keep their sanity. Who do you think is allowing you to keep your sanity? If you think that you, as a target individual, has reached some level where you can just mind over matter everything, oh, just do the right thing and nothing will happen to you. Now, in the chat, how many of us have sought to do the right thing and try to, even because of our situation, live the perfect life, do nothing wrong, don't say any bad thing about anyone, do any bad thing, and then you're targeting what still happens? Your targeting, my targeting still happens. So now you're sitting there like, oh my gosh, I've done everything that I could to do what I need to do to stop this thing. And it just keeps on going. Because you know what? These are the last days. And for whatever reason, the Most High thought that we were the people that could go through this for some future purpose, which I believe is to go through these things as target individuals to help other people. Our thing is, yes, do the right thing and the targeting picks up. There you go. I couldn't have said that better. You do the right thing, and guess what? Now your targeting is increased, but check this out. Guess why that is? The Most High trusts you. The Most High trusts me. When you do the right thing and your target increase and you keep doing the right thing, the Most High is saying it to Satan, just like the thing he said to Job. Oh, consider my servant Jesse. Consider my servant Ron, or whatever your name is. This one will not turn against me. When he starts to gain more trust for you, yeah, he'll allow your targeting to grow. But now when your targeting gets up, you're gaining strength. You're gaining more strength in it with your relationship with God. You're now you're consecrating your flesh. You're now walking in his spirit. He's gaining more trust for you. He's strengthening you in areas in your life and in your soul and your thought and your ability to make sound decisions. He's strengthening you in all of those areas. So now he can give you something else, because we are toiling now. This is the time of toiling. This is not the kingdom where we are going to be in peace and joy and running around in the field and happy and seeing the Lord and hugging him and going some other place and just always having. No, this is the toil time. So he needs us to strengthen ourselves by going through these trials so then we'll be able to lead other people to him, and the power that comes from us overcoming the trial will be able to reach down and get someone else out that is really going through some stuff, because we have that power now. Your gifts will be magnified when you overcome the trial. When you overcome the trials that are in your life and you do it the right way through Christ, fasting and praying and seeking him and going through hard times and not falling back to going to the ways of the world, right? No one does this perfectly. Don't think that I'm sitting here, Judah J, saying that, oh, this stuff is easy. And I just know the way to do it. I know when I've done it, how successful it is. And I know how I felt. And I know the connection that I have with the Lord when I operate in this fashion. So then when you keep coming back to him, do the right thing, you don't fall off, you keep serving them, going through the targeting and all this weird stuff. People are messing with your, people was messing, man, I'm not even gonna go through that. But people messes with people, these perps messing with different parts of your life that you're just like, oh, they can mess with that, but don't mess with that. They can mess with that, but please don't mess with that. Going through that and doing the right thing in the midst of that. When you keep making a pattern of doing these right things before the Lord, he gains more trust in you. Now you'll gain more power to overcome these obstacles so that other people that are going through, you can reach out and get them, and you have a story, you have an experience that you can share with them that they can see like, okay, I'm going through some stuff, but dang, you really went through and you're still serving the Lord. They're like, okay, I'm gonna listen to what this person says. Boom, you just won somebody, possibly won a soul for the Lord. And then the Most High will give you a little priest. What, he'll give you a little rest. Maybe he'll give you a little rest where you now don't have a whole bunch of stuff going on. But then in that period, you're supposed to be lifting weights again, trying to get in staying in his word. I just know this is the way it's supposed to be. Because when it's still, there's another trial around the corner. I'll say it again. When it's still in your life, and when it seems like everything is going fine, and now you're actually serving the Lord now. You're actually seeking him, and you're walking with him, and you're seeing his blessings on your life, and you see how he's strengthening you, and then he gives you that peace, that still time. There's something around the corner, because we live in a fallen world. Target individuals. If you don't have a relationship with Christ yet, I'm speaking to those that have a relationship with Christ. But if you don't, you can always come to the Lord by just falling down and crying out to him and asking him to come into your life, asking him to allow you to have the faith in Christ Yahushua, that he died for you at Calvary, that he rose that he sent from the Father and to die for our sins. He died at Calvary, rose on the third day. He's coming again. Christ Yahushua Mashiach, which people call Jesus. If you don't have that relationship, ask him into your life. Ask him to save you. Repent of your sins. Repent. Say, I turn from my sins. Forgive me. Wash me in your blood. Because then he'll come into your life. Now you said that to him because he's here right now. He hears everything I'm saying, right? He hears everything. He sees everything. We think the perps see and know everything. We're like, oh, we're so amazed by these perps and these people on Satan's side. We're like, wow, they just do all these things, and wow, what can I? Your God is infinitely times greater than all of that. He sees everything. He sees what they're doing. He's the one that makes it so they can do certain things. He allows them to do certain things, and he allows them not to do certain things to test us. Now, he doesn't tempt us. The Lord doesn't tempt us, but he allows us to be tested. Just like he allowed Job and a lot of his other servants to be tested to strengthen us. People are like, why did God allow that to happen? Because he's trying to test his. He tests his to strengthen them, to build their character, to build their ability to go through things and overcome for him, showing his glory. Our job is to show his glory, right? Our job is to show the Lord's glory. So now I'm gonna open this up. If you sin, your targeting is gonna increase. If you're following the Lord and you're seeking him in spirit and truth, you are protected by the Most High. He is going to keep you, preserve you, give you abilities to overcome different trials you never thought you could. You'll feel this sense of peace and joy, and you'll listen. Even in your targeting, you'll know that there's a God watching. you'll know that the God of all gods is right there with you, just watching to see how you're going to handle it, watching to see if you're going to give it to him, watching to see if you are going to allow him into your circumstance, into your struggle, and allow him to take control. Because he says, fear not, for I am with you. He says the battle, they don't fight against you, they fight against me. He says, those that rage against you shall be disgraced, ashamed, be as nothing, and perish. Do you understand the God we serve, right? He's the one that's just seeing how we're going to deal with all this. Yes, we will go through trials, but the Most High, he says the servant shall not, he says the servant is not greater than the master. So the Most High went through things when he was on earth as Christ. When Christ was on earth, he went through things. So now you think that we're not going to go through? Listen, you got to be real in this thing. You got to grow up. You got to go grow up from 2015 and come to 2022. You got to understand that we are in a battle that is this is the greatest battle that we can ever have, or one of them, right? Because now our targeting is what has sort of shaped it's shaped people as being who they are now. Like, you have a purpose now. Your purpose is not just to keep being targeted and to make videos or woe is saying woe is me and look what these weapons are. That's not why you have been a targeted individual. Can't you see that? It's like you were chosen to go through stuff like that. You think just to go through that all your life and then perish? You were chosen for a reason, to go through it, to give back, to overcome it, to allow the Lord into your life, because he's the only God. There's no other God before him. And real targeted individuals, when you go through all these years of being targeted, you come to that consensus. You come to that understanding at some point that Christ is the one. They all are against Christ. He says, you will be hated by this world. We are hated by this world. Read Jeremiah 20:20. I want everyone at some point in your life, at some point today, read Jeremiah 20:10. That talks about our targeting. There's so many other places in the Bible that talks about our targeting and what they do, how they'll send people to watch you. So at an opportune moment, they'll trip you up and cause you to fall and go astray. Read Jeremiah 20:10. Jeremiah chapter 20, verse 10, and keep reading. Keep reading down. If that don't say anything about me and Gangsta, I don't know what to do. All right, so blessings to everybody in the chat. There will be more of these lives. I want everybody right now, go and sub to my channel, not because I'm trying to, I need people to sub to the channel and also put the likes up. Get the likes up, because that's the algorithm. YouTube algorithm's the worst in the whole world. If you don't have thumbs up, they don't send anybody to your channel. Even if you don't like it, you wouldn't be here, right? You would have left. But if you're here, push the thumbs up. And I didn't know why these people were saying that before in other videos that I watched. They're always telling people, oh, put the thumbs up. I'm like, why are you going to tell people to do something? How are you going to tell them to push the thumbs up? That's not it. That don't even seem right. No, push the thumbs up, because it sends more traffic to the channel. Now, I really need that, because the Most High, I believe he's using me. I believe he wants me to get this message out whenever. I don't make videos all the time. I've been making more videos lately. But I need these likes up. If you have not subscribed to the channel, take some time after this. All you have to do is go down to where it says subscribe, push subscribe. But look, not only subscribe, make sure you push the bell. Make sure you have it where you see the bell notifications for whenever I make a video, or whenever I'm doing a live. Okay, so that you'll know, even if you don't watch it, you'll at least see that my video is popping up, because I have all these different, I've been off for a year now because of that situation where they took my channel off. And here's another, guys, they are allowing YouTube channels, truth channels, or people that, I don't call myself no truth channel. I'm on here trying to help people, help target individuals, help myself, and get closer to the Lord Yahushua Mashiach. But they are allowing channels like ours to come back for some reason. And I didn't know why. Like Richie from Boston, I used to watch him a lot. And A Call for an Uprising, I used to watch them a lot. And that, though, it's kind of like truth channels telling you about the secret societies and all that stuff. And I'm like, okay, Richie from Boston just said, oh, they just approved his channel to come back, and a lot of other people's channels that they took off about a year ago. And I'm wondering, he was like, I don't know why they're doing it now, because First, they were giving him all the strikes, and then they were saying that every time he would appeal, they wouldn't let his channel back on. This is for years. His channel been off for about 2 years now. So then I'm like, why are they letting my channel come back? Because I had another channel. Y'all didn't know, but my channel was shadow banned. It's like every time I would make a video, none of the numbers would ever go up. No one would know my video was out there. None of my I had like what at that time I had like 3,000 something subscribers, and my subscribers would never go up, not ever for like years. And I'm like, what's going on? And I realized that shadow banned my channel, so they purposely don't lead people to my channel. But then also they make it so every video that you make that I used to make that I make is there's some sort of problem with it. Oh, limited because of you said this, or we're gonna have to put a what's this called, a copyright problem, or some sort of medical misinformation. So every time I would look in my YouTube, in my area where I look at my videos, it would say, "Oh, YouTube is very sorry, but this video had to be taken down, and you also have a strike. You will be off for 2 weeks." I mean, it was like all the time they were doing that. Now it's like they're back now. They're letting people come back. So I believe they're trying to create some sort of dossier or try to get us to say certain things because at this time you can't really say anything. So they're trying to let us all come back so that they can trump some charges up. I don't really know. I'm not claiming that that's going on, but it's kind of weird that they're letting us these channels come back. And I'm glad to be back. So with the time that we have to be on this platform, I'm going to give you guys the information that I believe the Most High has given to me. I will have more chats, more lives. I will have more videos. Just check out the videos, even if they're short, long, whatever. Just check in sometime. Check in sometime, and then we will, you'll get the information that I get. And I think we need to always kind of have a connection, because I be having some hard days, and I also want to see how you guys would have me handle certain things and see what you're going through. So I just want to build that connection with my audience again, and tell everybody about the channel. Send people over to the channel, have people subscribe, and I'm gonna be doing some other live chats. I'm gonna be doing some live chats and all kind of collaborations with other people. So yeah, let's answer some of these questions now. Bartholomew, Judah J, it's spiritual that controls the physical. Most definitely. We are physical beings that are living in a physical kind of circumstance or in physical reality. And so whatever happens in the spiritual realm is going to manifest in the physical. So if there is demonic forces that you are dealing with in the demonic force in the spiritual realm, then you're going to see it manifest in people out in the world. So that's why I keep saying this whole thing about doing drugs. Marijuana is a drug. Why is it a drug? Because we have this thought of marijuana not being a drug because we've seen what things like crack and heroin and all these other things have done to people. Marijuana is a drug because it alters how your mind state. Just like think about it, just like they cause all of they cause if you have bipolarism, or if they say which is nothing but a demonic spirit anyway. Nobody has these mental health issues. These are just spirits that need to be bound and cast out. But if they say you have bipolar or ADD or Tourette's, they give you what? They give you what? They give you medicine, a drug. You take that drug and it's supposed to help you. So why is it not the same thing with marijuana? It is a drug because it alters your mood, right? Now, when someone said sugar in food, and okay, sugar, you put it in your body, right? Components break down in your body and it causes you to become more excited, more heightened, right? It has something to do with your endorphins, and it rises your endorphins and you start to feel more excited. The coffee, the same. Drugs like marijuana are different. These things alter your state of mind. Sugar does not alter your state of mind. It increases your metabolism. Your metabolism. You get you not your metabolism, but it causes your endorphins to rise, right, in your brain, and it causes you to become faster. You might just be like faster and have more energy. Now that's different than what marijuana does. Marijuana is something that completely alters you. It alters how you perceive life and reality. Have you ever heard of people that have, and I know I used to, when I used to just get so blasted with that stuff, with marijuana, that I could like, my thoughts seemed more just vivid. I was able to think in ways which are like just more complex. I was able to see things differently, and I felt like I was like, wow, I was seeing the mysteries. Everything I would think things like ideas would come very easy. I felt like I was sharper, but then after I got done, after I start to wear off, I would get depressed. My mood would start to change again. Now I would not see things so clearly. Now I would not have these revelations like I felt like I had. I would become depressed now. I would become, not body would now become more tired now. I become more irritable now because that stuff is a mood changer. And it is a mood, it changes your state of mind. But that's not only what it does, it opens you up to become a portal because you are altered. And the reason why this is the reason why it opens you up to be a portal, because it is tainting your temple. Your temple is when your mind keeps doing all these shifts up and down. You're up and you're having all these vivid imaginations and you can see things, and then all of a sudden you get depressed and you're angry and you are destroying your brain. It's burning brain cells. It's changing the chemistry of your brain. And I think we all know that, man. It's just that people like to be high. They like the way it feels. Be honest with yourself. If you're not honest with yourself, you can't be honest with God or anyone else. So you got to come to God real. Like, look, Lord, I love smoking weed. You got to say, I love feeling high and inebriated. You have to say, I love the way this thing makes me not look at my problems the way I normally do. It kind of numbs me to what's going on around me. You have to be truthful with the Lord and say, Father, this is not your way. Father, please take this away from me because I want you in my life. I want to be saved. I want to be in your kingdom one day. I don't want to perish. I don't want to burn in the lake of fire. I want to know you. But this thing that I am dealing with, it seems like it's greater than me. But you said that he says greater is Christ who's in me than he says greater is he who's in me than he who is in the world. So I have to believe your word. And I want to let you know I want to stand on your word, but I need help because you know what I'm dealing with. You know how long I've dealt with these things. You know that I get weak and I just want to be honest with you. I love the feeling of being inebriated. I love that feeling of just not caring and just feeling like, oh, if I just do this for a second, that's what you have to give up. Not everybody's going to make it into his kingdom. Be honest. These are hard things to overcome and to let go. Trust me, I know. I still smoke cigarettes. I mean, and sometimes I like having that beer, right? I don't drink all the time, right? I don't go to bars, nothing like that. I don't go out be drinking where I'm throwing up or nothing, but I drink and then I feel guilty about it still. He says that what is sin to a man, that's sin. If it's sin to me, what I'm doing, and I know what I'm doing, if I feel what I'm doing is wrong, then I got to give it up. If you put anything over the Lord, that's idol worship. That's walking in a double mind. That is putting things over the Lord. So I feel like for myself, to tell you the truth, whenever I drink, because I like to have that buzz sometime after work. And it's like, I don't drink like just raw. I'll drink like 2 beers. I like to have that buzz, that kind of like when I'm relaxed and stuff. And I'm like, is this wrong? Should I not drink at all? Should I mean, because I'm just telling you this, right? Uh, I don't speak about those types of things on YouTube, Madeline. But I'm like, if I got your name wrong, I'm sorry. But I'm like, I question myself, like, should I be doing this? And now, if I'm feeling like that, those questions and having those questions, you know what? It's probably right that I don't do it. But now, see, this is what I do now. Lord, please take away this desire to be inebriated from me, this desire to get these 2 beers or whatever that I like to drink very, very, very on a regular basis. Yeah, I know. Hey, A6, say that's what I'm saying. And I'm not saying that it's wrong for you to go and have a couple drinks every once in a while. I would say it'd be wrong if you're doing it to get drunk. to change your mental state. Like we're just trying to be drunk and it now becomes a habit. Now that's a stronghold, and then you got to bind and all these. So what I'm saying is, but for me, I'm like, you know, I don't. I feel like I'm wrong when I drink because I'm still like trying to get change my mental state in some way. When he says he wants us to be clear mind and sober, I'm like, what does that mean? And I find that I try to make excuses sometimes to try to get around that point of what does that really mean, clear mind and sober? He doesn't really mean never drink anything, right? Like never drink anything. They drank wine in the past, so I can see I'm making excuses because I look, you see that? Did you see that? They drank wine in the past. Even Christ turned water into wine. So basically, I want to go and drink a little bit so that I'll feel because and they did it. So why? No, that's making excuses again. That's what I feel. That's what Judah J's feeling. If I'm being convicted not to do something, don't do it. And I'm not saying that I'm there. I'm not saying you got to get it right. I'm not saying that I don't struggle with things, but what I'm telling you, this is the real. If you are having convictions about doing these things you know are wrong, you know the cigarettes is wrong. I know the cigarettes is like that's just something I gotta get rid of and give it to the Lord and surrender it. But the drinking thing has always been sort of ambiguous to me. Like, oh, can I drink at all? But then I know how I am when I do get that little inebriation. Not drunk. I don't be stumbling down nowhere. But like just that feeling after work or you're at home and you want to sit back and drink a few. But if you keep feeling like you got to do that on a regular basis, then that's something. Even if you don't get drunk, that's something that I feel has could possibly have control over you. So in this fight, we always have to do self cleaning. The word of the day is self cleaning. Acknowledge yourself. It says in Second Esdras that we are supposed to be in fear, not maybe not in Second Esdras, but we're supposed to be in fear as we walk in this life. We're supposed to be in fear and trembling, always trying to correct. Now, what I mean is always trying to correct ourselves in front of the Lord. When we're always trying to take the plank out of our eye in every way. No one's perfect. We're not gonna be perfect. I tried to do that once. We can none of that don't work. The blood is what gets us in. You obey His law, statutes, and commandments, and you do it. And when you fall, you get back up by repenting and going to Christ and saying, "Forgive me." But what I'm saying to you, and then turning away, having a mind made up to turn away from it. But what I'm saying is His blood is gonna get you into His kingdom. The blood of Christ is what's gonna do it. If you don't got a relationship with Christ and you're just somebody that's obeying the law, statutes, and commandments, you're gonna be judged by the law, statutes, and commandments. And we couldn't obey it perfectly before, so what makes you think we're gonna do it now? The blood of Christ. It's the blood of Christ. But you can't use the blood of Christ as a means to give yourself a permission or a license to sin. He says that because we have this is paraphrasing, but you guys know where I'm going. Because we're saved by the blood of Christ, does that mean that we can sin? He said, God forbid. No, that doesn't mean that we can keep sinning. We were saved by grace. What people see, people don't understand that. We are saved by grace in Christ and what he because of what he did for us at Calvary. The grace was him dying. Let me say that again. The grace was Christ dying for our sins. Now we have a job to do, which is to surrender our lives to him and accept the olive branch that he extended to us. Now we have to reach out to him because he died for us, accept the blood sacrifice that he made, accept him and his blood, right? That washes our sins. And now we're to repent and turn from our sins with a mind that's saying, you know what? I'm not going back to my sin. Not, oh, because he sinned, he died for me. I see that mind that does that doesn't know Christ no way. Many will say on that day, Lord, Lord, didn't we do this? Didn't we do that? Nah, he said, depart from me. Because that mind is trying to make excuses up to sin and do things you know are wrong is not someone that's truly with Christ. So when you sin, you're like, oh, well, Christ died for me. I'm saved by the blood of grace. I'm saved by the grace. No. When you are making your mind, you're trying to convince yourself, oh, I'm saved by the grace, so okay, I'm fine. And then you say I'm going back to it. See, there's only you know if you're doing it. Only I know if I'm doing it. But whenever you sin, you're supposed to not. You'd be like, oh, that was wrong. Now I'm not thinking, oh, I'm saved by grace. My mind don't go to that. My mind don't go to that. I know that we're saved by grace, but my mind don't go to that. My mind's like, I gotta get right. I got to turn away from this. This is hard for me. I am struggling with this. If I don't turn around from this, I'm going to go burn in a lake of fire, because this is not no, God don't deal in no duality. He don't deal in no, you can go ahead and play over here and play over here. You either serve him or you serve the fallen one. That's the last days message. You either have Christ for real or you don't. Targeted individual. I know Judah J always turns this into a video about Christ, because that's my savior. That's my Lord. I'm not on here to talk about just no weapons. I'm to talk about no frequency weapons, and they're looking at you through with their weapons. Man, forget that. We're going through all kind of stuff. Who's the greatest weapon of all? The Lord Yahushua HaMashiach. Our power, the power of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. He's the greatest weapon ever. He's the power, right? He's the one. He's the issuer of life and death. He's the one that gives us the strength to go through all of these different crazy targeted visual scenarios. Who do you think it is? You think the fallen one's your friend? You think he's the one? You see his power all the time. You're like, oh, he's just so powerful. God created him. I mean, he didn't create him in this current form. But God is the one, the Most High is the one that made the fallen, the angel before he fell. He's the one that had the power to kick him out of there. He's the one that had the power to judge the fallen one. He's the one that the fallen one knows is supreme. The fallen one just wants to take as many people down with him as possible, and then give you lying wonders, and give you, like, he's taking everyone in the world up to the mountain and saying, you do like this, you live this way, you live for me, you bow the knee for me, you live in opposition to God, and then I will give you the world. I'll give you the woman you want. You may not be somebody that's rich and all that, but he gives people, even on the lower levels, people that don't not known in the media, people that don't have all kind of stuff, he gives them things too. He's like, oh yeah, you want this woman? You want this woman right now? Go ahead and go set that person up. Go beat that person up. Go sell that to that person. And this woman will now come to you. I'm telling you, this is how the spiritual realm works. This is how they do it. This is how they do it. The devil and his handlers and his fallen angels that are in human flesh. Yes, that happens. He says, you can be amongst an angel unaware. These fallen angels can shapeshift. These fallen angels can be presented as a human person. You can be standing right there talking to a fallen angel that looks just like a normal person. So anyways, they got this whole network, and they say, okay, he says, send some person over to you that looks like a normal person. This is for target individuals as well. Check this out. They'll send somebody over to you. Be like, oh yeah, I really want this thing. They peep you out. They already know, they know who you are, because they have that power. They're angels. Even though they're fallen, they have some power, right? So like, oh, this person really wants to get out of their financial situation. This person hasn't had a woman, or this person hasn't had a man, or this person had this for so long, and they'll really go to the next level to get that. So then we'll come through and send a person to them, somebody that really knows what they need, and I will tell them, and then they'll present an opportunity for the person to get the thing that they want by doing this evil thing over there. That person will do that thing, and that person, now he'll go back to his house, or she'll go back to her house. There'll be a man, a naked man or a naked woman that's waiting for them. That just, we don't know about these things that happen. I'm telling you, these things happen. You'll see that woman that you've always wanted, and all of a sudden she's just giving you play now. You're able to talk to her, and she's just being really flirty with you, and she's telling you she wants you to come back to her house, and nobody's there. And you never in a million years thought you could get with this one, but she's all tied up in that whole satanic system and network too. She's probably some fallen angel. She's probably somebody that some witch or some warlock right there herself. She's dealing with familiar spirits and all these things, and getting her power through doing tarot card readings, and trying to seek the power from the fallen angels, and doing all this ancestral worship stuff and all this new. She's probably one of them girls, but she look good, don't she? She's thick, and she look great. She's, oh my gosh, you look at her and you just do anything to get with her, and then they'll send that girl over to you, and she'll just be ready. She'll just be do anything you want. And then what will happen is they'll put a soul tie in you. You'll get a soul tie with a witch that's operating out of that marine kingdom that you guys have heard about. I don't know if you guys have heard of Stephen Darby, Pastor Stephen Darby, but talk about them girls that be trying to, they look the best, these little butterflies. A lot of them have these butterfly tattoos on them, and they look, they're very promiscuous. I'm not saying every woman with a butterfly tattoo is out there doing this, but they're very promiscuous and they look so good and the body looks so good. And then all of a sudden they get with you, and you're like, it's so easy. This girl was so easy. It's like she just wanted to do something with me real quick. It was easy. All of a sudden you have sexual relationships with this girl, with this woman, and then all of a sudden you got some soul tie with her. Your life starts to change. Things start to go wrong in your life. You start to feel pains in your body. You start to feel like certain addictions and stuff are coming back, or certain mindsets that are not of God are more pronounced and just there. And you're like, what's going on? You're like, why does it seem like everything in my life is because you just did something, made a soul tie with a witch, and she's speaking evil sentences over your life, and she wants to take you out. That's why it talks about in the Bible that that woman that tries to lure you in by the sweetness of her lips, she's like a honeycomb. She comes, she says, "Come into my bed, and we'll have our fun," and then all of a sudden you get killed, you get destroyed because you have now opened yourself up once again in a sexual way as a portal for demonic spirits to come inside of you. You understand what Judah J is saying? Okay, let me take this thing. Let me hold on 1 second. Once again, Lion of Judah, Tribe of Judah, right there. That dude look mean. He look mean, but he's cool. That's my guy. That's my guy right there. That's my guy. Love that guy. Made it big. Anyways, so that's pretty much. Anybody have any questions? I'm here to stop talking right now. Let me answer some questions. Let me see where the. Let me see, because I've never really done this. Live chat. Okay. All right. So I know how to do it now. I promise you. But this whole video, I seen like the messages come, but I didn't push the button to allow me to see it as you guys are saying it. So whatever questions you guys have right now, be feel free, and I'll try to answer any questions that you have to the best of my ability. Oh yeah, this is this video. Um, Shoot, I'm just going. I put my business out there. This is a super chat video. If you guys want to send any super chats, you guys can always do that. I don't know how to do that. I just learned that I had that ability. Super chats up, they're up there. What else? And I guess that's about it with the super chat thing, because I just learned how to do that. So that stuff will help out with gas and everything. Gas is like 6, 7, $8. Crazy. Well, it ain't $8. It's like $6, 5, $6. So that stuff always helps. Anyways, Zoe Jameson just checking in. Blessings to you, bro. Blessings to you. Jacob Lopez, why is everything that is associated with outer space CGI? Okay, because it is. Everything is that we see from outer space. Now, there are some pictures that they have people that send a Go camera up into one of those GoPro cameras up, and they strap it on something and go straight up. And then as you see it go up as far as it can go, you see the Earth. Now, the Earth, of course, does not look like no globe. It doesn't have any curvature. But then you see the Earth, and it looks. I'm not saying it's flat, or no, I'm not one of those flat earthers, but I'm not also somebody that knows it's not a no ball either. It's a circle. It's a circle, as it says in the book of the Enoch, what the earth is, and also it says in the book of Genesis what the earth is, what the composition of it is, what it looks like. So they make these pictures to try to promote the whole lie that we are not alone, that we're not the only game in town, the only planet that's in our universe, in our that we are the only planet here. The sun and the moon. Go to Book of Enoch. It talks about the constellations. The sun and the moon are right above us, right? They go through portals. The sun and the moon. That's why when you look at the water out there in the ocean and you see the sun peering down, you see the reflection of the sun, it shines right on the water. If the sun was 93 million miles away, then the sun would not be able to have that reflection shine in the water like that close. The moon is it's like a plasma, it's like a light. It's a light source, right? Respects to you too, Jacob Lopez. The moon is a light source. It also talks about that in the book of Genesis. It says the two greater lights. There was the greater light and then there was a lesser light. There's no other reason to. It's over right there. The conversation, the battle, or the what is that? The whatever. It's over, right? These are two lights, the sun and the moon. And also those in the constellations in the heavens, you have Jupiter and all these other those are heavenly bodies. Newsflash, they're not planets. There are no planets. The only planet that you see here that we have is the Earth. This is the only place that you can actually go up and land on this that we know of until the Most High starts to, when he comes back. Who knows when he comes back and what he will introduce us to. That's on the outside of things and firmaments and all that, right? But when it comes to the Earth, this is the only hard surface that you can be on. You cannot go to the moon. Jacob, the technology we use is also part of his trick. Born into the world, but not of it. One SRCE1. Exactly. All of this plays along to the agenda. The agenda is that there's more than what there is. There's more than Earth out here. That there is possibility for there to be others that can come to this world, quote unquote, aliens, and and um um and support their whole alien agenda, alien takeover agenda thing. See, they don't want you to know about there's fallen angels story in the Bible about the being fallen angels and how they were watchers. The Book of the Watchers. Please look at my channel, the Book of the Watchers. It talks about the judgment of those that had sex with women, created the Nephilim. That had the Nephilim, had the giants that were on Earth, the Nephilim. It talks about how they were the Watchers. They were supposed to do the will and the bidding of the Most High and to help us as mankind, right? And so they didn't do what they were supposed to do. So the Most High judged them. Now a lot of those guys got sent into under the earth, right? Into put in darkness, right? Into the time of the end. Into the time where the Most High Yah judges everything, and then they get sent to the lake of fire. But right now, those fallen angels, they're having they're fallen angels. They are having conversations and relationships with the leaders of the world. That's why the leaders of the world, they do their sacrifices to those fallen angels. That's why they go to Egypt. They go underneath the pyramids, where some say the fallen angel Azazel's there. Other fallen angels that are underneath the earth, that are in that place, that holding place. They have communications with these fallen angels. That's why you have fallen angel technology. You have the fallen angel that gave the I think it was that Azazel that taught men how to war and how to make weapons, and then there's fallen angels that taught the women how to allure their eyes with makeup and to make themselves more of a sexual attraction to trap men by the looks, by the visual, by looking at a woman and seeing her beauty and having seen her beauty heightened by all these different powders and different formulas that they taught women to make by by putting these different things through alchemy, by putting these different potions and putting these different chemicals and substances together. Now they're able to put things and create things to put on their face and make them more alluring. Fallen angels taught them all of that. But back to what I was saying before is that those lights that you see, these are not planets. None of that stuff is real. The whole thing is fake. Everything that they've taught us is fake, and it's gonna be made known when the Lord comes back and reveals this stuff to us. He's already revealed it to us in His Word. Go look at the Book of Enoch. Now it's up to you to say, okay, you know what? Do I believe what this word says, or do I still want to believe what these quote unquote scientists say? Science is another name for Satan. It's just the Satanists. That's their religion, is science, because science is just they're trying to disprove God by their science, and you can't disprove God. God is God. These are just they're those that are preparing themselves and they're auditioning for the lake of fire. That's all it is. These people are just auditioning for the lake of fire. So, anyways, any other questions? Any other questions? Let's get them in. Because I go off on a tangent. Y'all already know that. So while you guys are looking for your questions, think of something. I'm gonna put that on there. And my live stream is gonna have some music on here later as I get more advanced with this, get my setup better. But let me see. Most definitely. Does anybody feel like their targeting has increased? Does anybody feel like their targeting has increased since they have, uh, maybe, okay, look, this is a good question. Though, and I'm not judging nobody. Those that have taken that potion, if you've taken the potion, do you feel like your targeting has increased? Or do you feel like your body feels different? Now, this is just a question for those, if there be those in here. Because trust me, my father did not tell me to judge nobody. I just try to lead people away from certain things I feel like he wants me to. But if you have taken something, what is your targeting like? In love, please try to stop calling Yahusha Lord. Master is a better. No, I'm gonna call Yahusha my Lord. He's Lord Yahusha Hamashiach. That's what I call him. Sandy Howe. I'll pick up later. Have to go now. Okay. All right, Sandy Howe. Blessings to you. Blessings to you. One search kind of because I'm ignoring them, so they are getting desperate, and I'm not giving them an emotional response, so they are irritated. Most definitely. One SRCE1. When they know, that's what's up, Ace, and please don't ever do it. But that's what's up. One SRCE1. When you ignore them, they do acknowledge that you are ignoring them because they, like I told you with that thing with the watch, the Apple Watch, and I told you the thing with the app, with the phone app, they know of people's emotional state. They know if that their targeting is getting to you. So if they're getting to you and your heart rate goes up and you start getting nervous and scared, they're gonna increase their targeting. They're going to now. So now, and here's another thing. That's why you always have to keep yourself in check. Bind every demonic spirit of fear. Cast it out to the abyss in Yahushua Mashiach's name. Jesus Christ's name, if you say Jesus. Say, I bind this demonic spirit of fear in me, the spirit of worry, and I cast it out to the abyss in Yahushua Mashiach's name. Lord, you said anything I ask in your name, I shall receive. Please have mercy on me and please help me now. Now you gotta believe. Now you gotta believe that what you told the Lord, you're trusting him for. It's not just saying it, you have to trust it now. Now, if you do that, now you can either believe now or you can allow what you're seeing around you that's making you more making your fear rise or your emotional state change and become in that going toward that other dynamic, that other area of being upset or whatever if you allow yourself to get pushed to that side, they know. I just want to let you know, they know what your emotional state is. So when you start showing faith, then they know and they operate accordingly, which means they have to leave you alone. That's what target individuals don't know. I've been trying to get you guys to serve Christ, seek Christ. I can't get you to serve him. I want you to seek him so that you will have an experience with him that will change your life. Because I've gone through so many different target individual circumstances that from every video you ever imagine on YouTube, I've gone and I've listened to these experiences. I'm like, yep, went through that. Don't even gotta talk about it no more. Don't even make videos about people and what they do and how they did it and following them with camera. I did all that before. You've seen some of those videos maybe. But now I'm at the place where I know God. I'm not now when I say that, I'm not saying I'm the best believer in the world and I've got it all taken care of. I know he's real. I've seen his power. I know Christ is real. I know he's my savior. I know that if it wasn't for him, I would not be here at all. Because we deal with these people all around us, and how can you, little old you, just bones and blood and in a body of flesh, just how are you going to be able to overcome a whole army? He says, fear not the army. He says, fear not the army, right? 10,000 can fall at your left hand, 1,000 can fall at your left hand, 10,000 can fall, oh, I'm sorry, 1,000 can fall at your right side, and 10,000 can fall at your other side, but no harm will come to you. But see, none of that is of effect if you don't believe. He says, the Father says, don't think you're going to receive anything from me if you do not believe. He's not just saying, guys, these words. He's not just saying these words. He is telling you the truth. He's saying if you don't have faith, don't expect anything from him. Now, he might sometimes have mercy and just wink, and the Most High, what I'm talking about. He'll say, oh, well, they need my help. I'm just going to help them. Their faith is low. Their faith is not even there at all. But I'm still going to help them. But then he gets you to the point where you're off milk. He says, you know what? I've shown them so many times that I'm with them. I've shown them so many times that what my power can do to help them. I want to see their faith. Now you have to stick your faith. It has to be. You have to stick with your faith. You have to see things going on around you, like one R SRCE one. See stuff going on, and you just keep going. Keep that faith in your mind. Like he's gonna work it out. He's right here. No matter what these people are doing, he's right here. He's right. And you have to say, oh, praise to you, Father. I believe you're here. God, you see these people doing what they're doing. You see, you know what their thoughts are. You know if their ever intentions are. But you are God. And I just pray that you will take control of this situation and you will fight my enemies for me. You have to just believe and start praying and believing. And then now you got to just stay there. And the enemy's going to try to get your mind out of there. Because what if while I was saying that and you're trying to believe for him to help you, you heard a knock on your window or something on your door? So you're like, oh, he's not there. God's not there now. No, and why did he allow that to happen? Why did the Most High allow them to do that to you? Because he wants your faith to grow. He's like, that kind of caused them to fall a little bit. They heard that, or somebody honking right when they're thinking about me and they're talking to me, and all of a sudden, somebody honked outside, or somebody's laughing outside, and my faith is nope, keep it there, nope, because God, you knew they would do that. You knew. Why would you allow them to do that, Lord? You want me to know you're there. Be still and know I'm God. Be still. Just don't move from that faith. Now, trust me, when you get to that point and you're in that battle and that trial, it could be happening in real time. And then you give it to him. You say the words, you give it to him. Say, I believe you, come into my life, all these things, blessings to you, Lord. You know what's going on. I put my faith in you. You said faith is the substance of things hoped for, evidence of things not seen. I'm going to believe you. I believe you. Now you're going to have something that's going to try to come and shake your faith. And then you say, nope. You keep your heart and your mind still on him, and he knows what you're doing. He's like, oh, she keeps keeping his mind or her mind on me. They keep it on me. Now you start to see the people, the perps, the circumstances in your life start to change. They just start to change because it's like everyone has to listen to God. The fallen angels have to listen to God. Satan has to listen to God. The demons have to listen to God. Everyone has to listen to God, but it's all predicated off of your what? Faith. So, any other questions? Any other questions? Put it on him for a second. So, what I'm going to do, I'm going to tell you guys this right now. I'm going to be doing more live streams. I'm going to get my setup better. I'm going to get a new camera. Just because I really feel like the Lord is leading me to do this, and so a little bit more. Because I haven't had my channel in a year, but I'm gonna start making more videos, all for His glory, all to help target individuals, because I think that's who He's led me right now to speak into your lives. Because I've gone through. It's like how better, to who better to speak to about these problems than a target individual himself. Like I've been this is what I go through, so I feel like I've been led to do this. Now I have a strong relationship with the Lord. I'm not perfect, but I believe that right now, instead of doing the whole like going through Bible studies and going through certain scriptures, of course you'll always hear scriptures on this channel because I give all praise to Him, and His word is the only thing that's gonna save you or help you anyway, and me too. But I'm not going to make that the focal point of this channel. It's going to be about the whole target individual experience and how the Lord is using us, using our situations to bring us closer to Him and to give us a message and power to be able to help other people. But it's going to be stick on that. Now, also, I have made some funny videos, like I felt like are funny videos on this channel. Now, for those that are tripping about that, they're like, oh, well, why are you making videos that are of comedy during intense times like this? Because I still have a connection with my humor, with my I have a connection with wanting to laugh and to and if it's not bad, I don't feel like it's a wrong thing for me to do. I don't curse in my videos. There's no sexual references. There's none of that. It's just goofy type. I'm a goofy dude, right? And that's just my personality. I do goofy things, and I'm like, you know what? I like watching these videos. I used to really like watching some of these videos on YouTube, like I'm not gonna tell you who, but little funny videos people make. Every once in a while, I still find myself watching some of these videos, but it's like I want to make content that uplifts the Lord, and that if it's not talking about the Lord, it's just real funny. It's just old school type funny joke type stuff that has no bad, sinister underlining message, no demonic undertones, just funny. Fun. So I've been making those videos. Guys, go check that out. I'll be making more of those. I'm gonna try to get my, like I said, my camera game up where it looks just looks like, movie quality. I think I want to do that now. Just get that, at least have that camera that makes it look really professional. And so I'm gonna do that in the next couple coming months. So watch out for that. What else? The sound game, everything, the whole technical side is gonna get increased. It's gonna improve. Y'all willing. And also, hold on one second. Jacob Lopez. Never mind. I just found it on your channel. Okay. Yeah, and my music's also over there. So I'm like the triple threat. The Most High uses me to speak his word to his people, and also for help for myself, because you guys help me more than you can ever know. I watch these videos. I don't really see a lot of targeted individual videos on it I would want to watch, because a lot of them have connections with the new age now. And I used to make a lot of videos, of course, years ago, from 2017, even 2016, 2017 is when I really started, up until before my channel got taken off. And there used to be a whole lot more target individual channels that I could identify with as being true targeted individuals. And I'm not trying to take you away from nobody's channel, because God knows what I'm doing right now. It's to tell you to watch out for these target individual channels that are trying to preach this whole new age type worship of the stars and fall and opening your third eye and all of this just chakras, and you guys better watch out for that satanic evil, because it's nothing but the doctrine of devils trying to take you away from the Lord in these last days, trying to get you trapped in that satanic network and all that mess. Leave it alone. Leave it alone. And I'm not just saying watch me. There are other brothers you can watch, most definitely. Of course, New Breed. That's somebody that I really promote as far as like his message. He's been used by the Lord. He's even been on my channel before. We've had a conversation on this channel. I may upload that video. Not trying to clout chase or nothing like that, but I really respect that brother, and he's doing a lot for his community. And so, yeah, New Breed. There's some other people that you can watch. I listen to a lot of ministers. So of course, number one minister for me is Pastor Darby. I listen to Israel's Church. I listen to Telltale Ministries. I listen to who's the other channel? I do listen to the Call for an Uprising. He's not like on the spiritual tip, but he tells you about the things that the elites do and their plans and stuff. And I really believe he has a good heart and everything. I used to listen a little bit Richie from Boston, not too much, because I don't think he's on YouTube too much. I think he's on BitChute now, but really used to listen to him. Uh, there's some other people. There's some other channels that have some really great content that'll that awaken, kind of like keep you aware of what's going on with the Most High's type of feeling or aura on it, spirit on it. So, anyways, guys, this is Judah J. I gotta go to the bathroom. Like, share, please subscribe. If you have not subscribed to this channel, you subscribe. Tell everyone you know that needs this information to subscribe to this channel. And please push the bell notification, because whenever I make a video, if you have the bell notification on, you can see, oh, Judah J made a video. If you don't want to watch it, fine, but at least you'll know it's there, because then you can click on it whenever you want. All right, y'all. Well, until later. Oh yeah, A6. I just made another track. I made a track on if you're still there, A6, I made a track on Off Top, and it's called Black World. I think it's Black World Dream or something. Black Dream World. So go check that song out, bro. Of course, I don't get no crowns on there no more. But I'm not even tripping. I don't trip at all about that. Just to be able to make the music and everything for the Lord. But anyway, go check that out, A6. And everybody else, shalom. Blessings to you. Out. Okay, now I gotta learn to turn this thing off.